Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in to your favorite show featured, and I'm your host with the most, Kush Tucker, with my fellow host.
Mike L. Peace and love, everyone.
And today's special guest is Mina Miracle.
Hi, everybody. Peace and love. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Definitely.
Appreciate it.
No, it's a blessing to have you here. Appreciate you. She is a sound therapist, shaman holistic health coach, spiritual advisor, and today she's here promoting her new single, Hope Dealer Freestyle, and her nonprofit. Let's get straight into a song.
Get cracking.
What I think I create ain't nothing stopping me. What I imagine I become, so ain't no topping me. Life is a game of chess and I just make the move. Invest and manifest and progression is what I choose. I am my own boss, so I don't have any rules. I'm taking risks every day like I don't have shit to lose. My kids and my money, that's my motivation. I'm keeping faith, taking risks with no hesitation. I'm all money in, yeah, that's my reputation. It's only one way up from here and that's elevation. Breaking generational curses, holistic approaches, daily affirmation, still healing, I ain't perfect. Therapy, find peace, being loud with God and me. That's how I aim to be, just living godly. My sole desire is to be free, to find peace and be in unity. Every day I fix my crown, who else gon' hold it down? I was lost but now I'm found, had to focus on myself. My knowledge is my wealth, I'm rich, and that's the spirit. My main goal for me is to make a few million just to show you that I did it. Yeah, I made a difference, dreadhead, hippie, yeah, I'm handing out miracles, stitching on my neck, success on deck. Now that I'm on my homegirls up there, fast with the cash like Dash, I'm incredible, you see me blow up.
Yeah, all that work will pay off in the end.
Yeah, totally.
I had so much fun recording that.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel it for real.
I had so
Can't
much
dim that light.
Show can't. I'm the sun.
Ooh, I like
What was the inspiration going into making that song?
Well, that day I randomly just booked a session. I used to do music when I was younger. I was always writing like poems and stuff like that. One of my best friends, my play brother, he got me in the studio with his homies when we was kids, and that's how I started rapping. And then like being in church and stuff, like they had the youth music stuff.
Correct.
So I would
Yeah, it's hard not to stay away from the music
like
church.
I
You're
always
gonna feel the spirit. You're gonna feel that soul.
No, totally.
I always was in a choir and stuff, but then they started like the rap stuff. So I'm like always performing at church and stuff like that. So yeah, I stopped doing music.
I bet you competed.
A couple of talent shows.
Yeah, I can feel it.
A couple of talent shows that I've won. Thank you. That was when I was a kid though. But anyways.
No, that's good.
No, that's good. It all counts.
I stopped doing music once I became a mom. So I kind of like, no more fun. It's time to just grind.
Yeah.
So music always been an outlet for me. Anytime I'm going, when I was younger, anytime I would go through stuff, I would write it out. Like I've always been a writer, a journal. I'm always journaling and stuff like that. So recently, because I've been losing a lot of people, I've been grieving a lot for like the last 6 to 8 months, Okay. So I'm like, you know what, let me get in the studio and let me get this shit off my chest. And that's what I did.
On that.
No, this is a great outlet.
Yeah, music is always the best outlet to express your emotions, in my opinion, from being an artist as well.
Yeah, and I'm always, no matter if I'm not recording or anything or writing, like I'm always dealing with somebody that do music. Like all my friends are artists, all my clients are producers, artists. Like I'm just around it. It's no way to escape it. You know?
I get you. But then that means that you must be drawing that to you.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
I really feel like music is probably like the second universal language, because they say like math is the first universal language. I think music is like the second probably. Or maybe the first, because
it's math in it.
Yeah, it's math in it, and music is the only thing that you don't need. It doesn't need your permission to enter your body, to enter your field.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That's real.
Everything else it needs your permission, like food, anything else, basically TV.
Yeah, you hear music and just allow it.
Yeah.
It's
because it actually vibrates into your cells, like no matter what the sound is.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. That's why I do the sound therapy.
So okay.
Can't escape it. Can't escape it.
It's like hand to hand. It's connected. So tell us about the sound therapy.
Definitely.
Let's get to it. I want to know. I don't know nothing about sound therapy.
Okay, so like during my journey of healing and going through what I was going through, I came across sound therapy with meditation and stuff like that. I got in touch with it probably like 6 years ago. And then, like, I lost touch with it. You know how you start something and you don't finish it, right? So I kind of got distracted, and then I
rekindled a friendship with my childhood friend who does sound therapy. So I got back in it with her,
Okay.
and it just helped me a lot during my healing journey. Like just
Nah, I
to be
feel you.
able, I'm an overthinker, so I think my mind just always going,
It's
going,
I
going.
always
got you.
running on
That's that Virgo
autopilot.
in me.
How do you sleep
What do you mean? How do I sleep?
as an overthinker?
Oh, I sleep well. I listen to high vibrational sound waves and stuff like that going to sleep or affirmations. So I always go to sleep with that in so that it could get in my subconscious. That way, when I wake up the next day, that's, it's nothing but positive vibes,
I got
high
you.
vibrations.
I'm an
I feel you.
overthinker too, so it took
Yeah.
me a while to figure out how to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop thinking. Like I always explain like meditation because sound therapy to me is like another form of meditation. So usually some people can meditate in silence, but how do you quiet those thoughts? When you listening to something,
Yeah.
it kind of distracts you from overthinking. So you have those sound waves and that music and that mantra, those mantras coming in. So that's what's being embedded in your brain.
Okay.
So with sound therapy, it's synchronized. It the waves that the sound bowls give out synchronizes with your brain. So I went through a phase where I was like studying the brain and things like that, and I'm like, okay, well,
Nah, I feel you.
how can you get more dopamine? I do the shrooms and stuff like that, but how can we channel that energy without the shrooms?
I
Sound
feel you.
therapy, it takes you to a whole nother frequency. It
Yeah.
takes you to a whole
Well, the
nother.
serotonin. It's serotonin. The serotonin is what the shrooms activate.
Okay. Well, it also released dopamine too. That's how you help cure the depression and stuff like that that people go through too. Um, when I was doing the sound therapy though, like that's the only way I could quiet my mind from overthinking and thinking about everything.
Would you say there was a timeline of how long it took?
Took a
Estimate.
while. It's just practice.
Okay.
It's practice. Like,
Okay.
and then everything that does come up during a sound bath, the stuff that does come up, that's probably something we need to work on. It could be anything, like you just overthinking about the kids or overthinking about your job or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
bills.
Just life. So yeah, so I decided to start practicing just to introduce everybody else. Like everything that I practice that helped me, I would like to introduce to everybody else
Yeah.
to see if it helps them. What works for me may not work for everybody
No, that's
else.
real.
Well,
You got to be open.
You got to be open to testing it to really see if it's a one shot off. Like, does this really work, or is this around the board? Like, this is helpful for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I believe like holistic practice, like what I've seen is like medicine works for everybody. It shouldn't be like no age differentiation. I feel like when when you read bottles and stuff, it says, oh, don't take this if you're under 12 or must be 13 or older to take this. Like you don't deal with that in nature. Like in nature, all medicine is good for all ages. Like
Exactly.
Nah, but food is really your medicine in nature. It's
yeah,
what you're eating.
no, it is.
You
what
know.
you put in, what you put in your body, people think, oh, like a lot of people don't think that you're supposed to take care of your body at a young age. Like what we do now today in our day and age as young people,
Yeah.
it affects us in the long run. If you're eating junk and you're drinking all the time and indulging in low vibrational foods and alcohol and stuff like that, when you about 40, 50, it's going to come and bite you back in the ass later. You're going to
Absolutely.
wonder why you have all these health issues. Because
You got toxins built up in you.
Yeah.
Totally.
And you never work them out. Like a lot of people don't go exercise. You got to work all that type of stuff out. You got to go get checked up. Like honestly, I really started going to the doctor more, like just getting checked up and stuff, like an annual just to see how everything going. Like when I was like 27, I realized I was like, damn, I don't go to the doctor none
a lot of men.
unless I'm like super sick or something, or
Yeah,
like.
men don't go to doctors.
Like,
They
I don't
drop
break
dead.
bones, but I'm like,
They
it's
drop
probably like I
dead.
feel like that's the only reason to go to the doctor. If like I break something, like the bone popping out the skin, like, okay, I gotta go to the
I gotta
hospital.
go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like you waited till then.
But
No.
a lot of times I feel, but I think everybody kind of like that because they trying to make everyone stagnant. And if you unaware of your own body, you unaware how you feeling. Like I seen this video on Instagram. It was this big woman, and she was like, I think I might be pregnant.
But she didn't know.
Yeah, she didn't know, and I'm like, dang, this is bad.
You
Like,
have to learn your body. That's
yeah, I'm like, this is
important.
bad. This is how like low frequency they want people to be to where like you can't rate or gauge like what's going on with your body.
But it also could be maybe she got menstruation issues too as a big
That,
woman.
but that's what I'm saying. She should be able to tap into this though. No matter what size you is, you should be aware of your body.
You gotta
and what's
know.
going on. Like,
When I'm
what are you
sharing
going
when I'm
through?
sharing with you is because she's overweight. She might be having all kinds of hormonal things that change from time to time
With the
Yeah.
diet and
because
stuff.
of the diet and the overweight. So it might
Mm-hmm.
make it more difficult for her to know her body because it's not consistent. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe, you know what I'm saying, menstruals be inconsistent, all kinds
Yeah.
of other things that normally are consistent for a woman with a better weight might not work with her. That's all I'm saying.
No,
I'm
I
not
feel
saying
you.
she shouldn't know, but I'm saying it might be more difficult for her to know.
I'm glad that
Yeah.
y'all speak on that because it's a, like, I have a 10-year-old now. Monday, she's 10 now, so I can't say I have a 9-year-old, but I have a 10-year-old, and it's a lot of kids. I'm seeing a lot of kids in like elementary, a lot of little girls already like starting their menstrual at like 9, 10, and they like have little boobs and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, like what's going on? But it's just like the food, like
Yeah.
our food
Yep.
is so processed and filled with all these
Hormones,
hormones,
Yep.
really.
and we're giving that to our children, which they getting more hormones than what they actually need at this age, and they're starting their cycles, and they like, I'm like, oh my goodness, 9 years old, like we didn't start our cycle, so we was in middle school, 12, 13, 14, you know.
Different
Yeah.
food though, different time.
It is.
So
But I want all the parents to be mindful of what the food that you're giving your children, because, you know, they start, you know, the hormones, and, you know, your baby girl going through puberty at 9 and 8 years old, and you're wondering why, like, you know, like this is
correct.
soon, but it's
Yeah.
just like, be mindful of the food that you're giving your children.
No, that's true. And pick home cooked meals over like buying your kids McDonald's and Burger King and all
Oh,
that
yeah.
trash, because that shit definitely like, and just fast food in general, because I feel like a lot of it, what it goes into is too like the cooks. You want good energy going into your food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if like someone then went through a crappy day, they gonna put that into your food.
Yeah,
If
totally.
they in the work industry, if they don't know how to separate. Now, I mean, I ain't saying everyone does that, but a lot of times that's what we experience, especially in the fast food industry, more than like restaurants.
Well, everything is energy.
Yeah, everything's
So
energy.
if someone's touching your burger, even if it's a veggie burger,
Yeah,
if they're touching your burger with, man, I don't think I'm gonna make the rent.
no, for sure.
So that's wrapped up on your burger.
Yeah, now you
Exactly.
gonna
Now you're digesting that
You're
energy.
digesting that.
And think about the trauma that the animals go through that you're eating. Nobody even think about that.
nah.
Well, not at McDonald's. It's not real meat. from
Yeah,
what I understand.
I can explain that
it's
to my
slurry.
kids. It's literally hair, skin, and nails. If y'all read in, yeah, newsflash, read the signs in McDonald's and Jack in the Box and all that stuff. I let my kids know that it's 2% hair, skin, and nails in your
Oh, yeah.
food, in that fast food that y'all eating. Just
They tell you on the
FYI.
sign, like the back of cigarettes,
All
may
you gotta
cause
do is
cancer.
read.
Yeah, it's not real food.
Women, if you're pregnant, please do not eat. It says it right on Cross Jr. in the drive-through.
Literally, y'all just
Like-
don't read.
Warning signs about the
Yeah,
food.
but that's the whole thing about, you know, the world being ran by demons. Is like, you know, the demonic shit is, you have to accept it. So as soon as you say I'm okay with it, you order the burger still, then boom. They have to tell you what they're doing to you, and then you
They
have to
have
accept
to.
it. That's
It's
the
the
whole thing
rule.
about
That's the law.
demonism,
Yeah, that's the point of
demonology.
all of it for real.
And you're
Feel me?
accepting that.
Yeah.
I had to tell my kids that. My son, like, it's just 2%. I said,
That's what they want you to think.
It's
Yeah,
just 2%.
that's the hitch.
Then you wonder why people out here eating people bodies and stuff like that. Yeah, y'all been digesting.
Well, what's in it
This.
that he would want to go past the 2%?
Exactly.
That's what
He's
you
just-
know.
No, that's the type of things we got to question, like, because
What chemicals are making it addictive?
Yeah,
Exactly.
What's making him saying, you know, a little poison never hurt anyone.
yeah.
This is a little
But it
poison.
looks so good. Look where the cheese melts.
Hey, because he's young, I get it. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
you know, I get self-control is hard when you're little.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure
And
it
I'm
out.
impressed because honestly, like kids, they got the bodies to like develop through that shit. Like as my grandfather would say, like your body young.
Oh, yeah, they pumping so much HGH.
Yeah, they gonna
Yeah.
shit all them chemicals out.
Yeah. As long as you're not
Yeah.
making it part of the all
Like
day.
routine
Every day.
diet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't
You
do
know,
that.
so
But if it's like
Sure.
McDonald's once a week for your kids, you ain't killing them. But I'm saying like for them parents out there and people just eating that shit all the time, like
Well, they might be time constrained. So you
Shit.
thinking, man, you know, because think about healthy food is more expensive than bad food.
It is. That's how they get us right there. We
Right
think
there.
we're doing the
You
cheaper
can't
route.
get a $1 vegan burger.
but that's what I'm saying. That's
Invest in
why it's
your
better to
life.
learn how to cook that shit yourself.
Yeah,
Because it's
that's
cheaper.
true.
It's always cheaper to go to the grocery store.
It costs $10.
No matter
for a
how much
cookbook.
it is at restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, $10 for a cookbook.
Hello, y'all better go get Miss Tabitha cookbook somewhere.
I feel you.
That's who I be going through her recipes and figuring stuff out.
Oh, that's
My
what's been
chick-
working
She
for
make
you.
vegan meals or just
She make
everything?
yeah, she make vegan meals. So I look up a lot of anything with meat. I substitute it with mushrooms. Literally,
you.
I
like
feel
my
you.
kids be like mushrooms again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like y'all could eat it or not. Y'all could eat the sides. I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian for 6 years now. I'm trying to transition into veganism. So 90% of my meals are vegan, but I have not let go of that cheese yet.
It's because it's got
That's the
morphine
only.
in it.
That's the only.
It's got
addictive.
morphine in it.
That's
Yeah.
the only dairy product that I digest is cheese.
I'm with you. Same
And
here.
because like vegans haven't figured out the right cheese substitute. Once they figure out something that can
It's a
melt just
wrap.
like cheese, it's a wrap for cheese.
It's a wrap.
Oh no, I see. There's a guy I follow on TikTok. I'll send.
Because that's the only
it.
reason why I still like cheese. Like we don't really.
he
link
makes
up
one that
much.
melts like real
Right.
cheese. At least that's what he's showing via TikTok. I'll
Yeah.
connect y'all.
But it's the texture.
basic.
You know when you bite into it. Like it's
Well,
one thing
I'm
to make
saying,
it melt.
It looks melty, and that's
Yeah.
part of the texture. You want a gooey
Yeah.
if you a cheese lover.
Nah, totally.
The best macaroni and cheese that I've tasted so far.
Vegan
is
or regular?
Vegan.
Okay.
It's a vegan restaurant on Avalon and El Segundo, on the same side as Shell. It's called Crystal Soul Cafe. I didn't sit there and because it takes a while for the food to get done. So I'll conversate with people that's in there. And half of them don't even know it's vegan food. They think it's regular food. That's how good it is.
Wow.
They like, wait,
Wow.
this is vegan? I'm like, yeah, you didn't know that? They
Yeah.
like, what? I'm like, why you think chicken
Yeah.
is not spelled regular?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that. Hey,
They don't have a clue.
hey, hats off to them though.
Yeah.
Because that means
So-
they're.
That's why I like though. Like when I go
Yeah.
to vegan restaurants, I want to feel like I'm still eating like some regular food.
They don't have
like,
a clue. I didn't
That's
talk
why
to
I've been-
like
that's
several
been my
people. They be
biggest
like, "This
transition.
is a vegan restaurant." I'm like, "Yeah, plant based. You don't see all the plants
Yeah.
around."
Like get with it. Like,
But shout out to them. I love eating their food. I usually
No,
eat
for
their
real.
food
Shout
all
out to
day.
them. Because if it's good vegan, we will be trying it very
yeah,
soon.
I'll be
Yeah,
over there
let's
very
do it.
soon.
Let's do it, y'all. I eat
Now,
every-
I do want to. I know we talked about sound bath. The part that has me still interested is the word bath.
yeah,
I got you explain sound to us.
the sound waves. You're
Okay.
being bathed.
So you're being bathed in
in
it.
sound
sound
wave. You
wave.
could feel it in every ounce of your body.
Ooh.
So it's like the way that I like to explain it is like an internal massage. Those sound waves is like an internal massage.
Nah, I feel
So
you.
you could feel the tingly. Like let's say you having knee problems, right? I had a client who I was doing a sound bath with, and she always had knee pain. And she told me after the sound bath, because usually I reflect with whoever I'm doing the sound bath with, and she said when you came over me, I had a wave drum. She said when you came over me with the wave drum, I could feel tingles in my knees. And she was like, and usually my knees are hurting. Like I literally, like she said, I stopped feeling pain in my knees, and I'm like, this is why I do this. Like that just made my heart so like happy because I'm
Oh,
like,
God.
okay, good. This
Seeing it work right in the act, like
yeah,
right
she
in
was
front
just
of you.
like she couldn't. This was her first time getting a sound bath. Like she was just like so shocked. She was like, "Okay, this really works. Like I need to get this every 2 weeks." And I'm like, "I'm here."
No, it sounds marvelous. Is there certain hertz like to give the sound bath, or the different?
Yeah, so each crystal bowl, I have crystal bowls. So each bowl is for each chakra. 32 hertz. All my bowls are 32 hertz. 32. 300. All my bowls is 352 hertz. So each bowl is for each chakra. So I play with all 7 chakras. I use chimes. I use the drums, the wave drums. What else do I use? I use the shaman drums. I use what's the other drum called? I'm getting a brain fart. I use different instruments. So each instrument basically is for each chakra. So, for example, my last sound bath I did, I was focusing on the womb energy. So, of course, I used the sacral chakra bowl with that session. I had all women in there, which is why I used that.
Okay.
I set my intentions for that.
Yeah.
And I set my own intentions. Of course, I asked y'all to set y'all own intentions when y'all come in too.
Yeah.
And we all had the same intentions. Like it was beautiful.
It's all full alignment.
Yeah, it
I
was
love
full
that.
alignment. They was like, we was just talking about this before you got here, and I'm like, ah. So like I just love that. Like
No, that's that connection from the invisible for sure.
Yeah, so
Just
everyone
aligning
was
everything.
supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
yeah,
Who's ever
It was
supposed?
a divine moment.
And I would love to do more with men. Like, a lot of men hit me up like, is it okay for us to come? Like, yes, mostly women come, but I want to see more men
Yeah, get involved.
participating. Like,
No, because you need that balance. You need those are
Yeah.
energy centers in your body that you need to stimulate and control which one that they're all balanced. And if there's overstimulation, discharge the energy.
Yep.
It's a lot of things that are going on. But that's really deep.
Yeah, and all that, from what it sounds like, it cleanses your chakras.
yes,
You
it does.
getting
It
like a lot of blockage.
unblocking.
Yeah, like
Unblocking, aligning, and then I go around and if I have a large group or a small group, I just send Reiki energy out. If I have a small group, I'm gonna go by each person and
So
get your
what number
energy.
Reiki are you?
I am. I just got certified. I'm number 2.
No, that's
oh,
good.
that's bomb.
Yeah,
You can do distance
She's
healing.
a Jedi
yes,
Knight.
You can do
I,
distance
She's a
healing.
Jedi Knight.
Yeah, I decided to get certified through Soul. Her name, she has a platform called One Platform, and she's really she's dope. I just met her through doing sound bathing and stuff like that, and so I decided to take her certification class, and I never thought I could really because when you're doing Reiki, it's a lot of meditation, like a lot. Like you have to dive in. And I never thought that I could really get that deep into meditation
I feel you.
until I
So
took
this
that
was a new
class.
challenge for you.
Oh, yes. Being an overthinker.
It pushed you past your boundaries.
What? I still can't believe I did that. Well, I'm
Now,
like,
can you disclose how much meditation?
oh, it was a lot. I mean,
2 hours, 3 hours?
yeah.
Okay, at one sitting?
And then she
that's-
told me the master Reiki is like more than that, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah,
But
no,
when I
because most
get
people
ready-
probably do 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and that's a lot.
No,
Yeah,
we
it's a
will
lot for a
have-
lot of people.
We'll have like a 4-hour class, and we'll go dive. She guides us right in it to where we are stable in our meditation, and we going deep, and we connecting with and our higher selves. Like, it's just beautiful.
Mm.
Nah,
So
that's
shout
bomb.
out to Soul. I
Yeah,
appreciate
shout out
you.
to Saul, for real. Nah, we
Now,
need
have
more
you-
workers like that.
For what I seen, I don't know if it's proven or not. From what I saw on the clip on Instagram, they said like sound therapy can help with like diseases, like the sound baths.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
I've-
even like I ain't like even like cancer or something like.
The cells. So
Yeah,
the,
like it,
those
it
sound
disrupts the
waves,
sounds, like the
the
cells, like
cells.
like disrupts them or
the
something.
It
blood.
makes them burst.
Yeah, it makes
It
them
makes
burst.
them burst. It replenishes your blood cells. It helps with like insomnia, depression. What else? PTSD. I've helped like my daughter's dad. He had PTSD really really bad, and I would do him a couple of sound baths off the shrooms, and he would just be like, "Okay, baby, mama, you on to something?"
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Micro or macro dose?
microdose.
Nice.
This one he was
Okay, nice.
microdosing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I bet that feel wonderful on the show.
Nah, that's why I'm
I
asking.
know, that's
Because
why I'm trying to experience it. I've been trying
I
to
know.
find me a babysitter for the night. I'm still looking. I
Okay,
got y'all. I'm
okay.
trying.
All right, for
Okay.
sure, for sure.
Yeah,
I
for
really
real.
want y'all. I really want y'all to experience. I really want to show you guys like how it is, even with or without the shrooms.
But I want to feel it on the shrooms.
Nah,
though.
Yeah,
man,
you're
Because like
gonna-
you feel it even more intensely. Like
Yeah, because your emotions are going to be heightened.
yeah.
I had a guy tell me like when he was in my sound bath, some people lay down and close their eyes, but he was actually sitting up, and he said I could see this. He said I could see the waves, like I could see it, like it was beautiful. And I'm like, really? Like I've had so many different reviews,
Yeah.
you know, and
Wow,
I was
that's
just like,
amazing.
this is so dope. Like it makes me so happy that I can experience this with other people, you know.
Mhm. And help people tap into
Well, it's
like other
unique.
parts of their
To
brain.
be honest with you, it's unique. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, you never think about bathing yourself in sound.
Yeah.
And that it actually can penetrate the body.
Mm-hmm.
And like
And
I've
heal
seen
the body.
and I've seen all these videos on YouTube where they show sound like a certain hertz, pop the cell open.
Yeah, that's
But-
why I sounds like that's why I had to mention it. I'm like,
Mhm.
man, it's like this shit can destroy cancer and shit. Like this is something people need to.
Is that a particular bowl that does that, or
No, all of them could do it.
okay?
To be
Wow.
honest.
Nah, baby.
It's very like
It's
I
just
tell-
that hurts that
It's the
352.
hurts. It's the hurts. So what I like, I like to tell people to be mindful of the music that they listen to. Like, for years, I stopped listening to like Janae. No offense to Janae, because I love Janae, because she makes spiritualist music as well. But it's like we're listening to music that brings down our frequency. When you hear gospel music, you instantly tap into the spirit, right? Most people do. You know, they get anointed, they get in that spirit. When you listen to low vibrational music, all that rah rah killing, pop 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 pop, and you wonder why you over here vibrating at that frequency,
Yeah, and
because
thinking
you're
about
listening.
that type of
It's
shit for
being
no reason.
embedded in your subconscious. So
Totally.
it's always best to listen to high vibrational. This is why I'm in the studio going off on talking about high vibrational things, because it's like it's like we barely get that anymore in my generation. Like, everybody is listening to pop pop pop, you know, they listening to
Yeah.
low vibrational shit, and it's just like,
It's got to be a
come on.
balance.
It has to be a balance.
Yeah,
Like,
it's gotta be a balance.
if you're a woman and you're listening to music that always talking about, you know, fuck these niggas and I can't stand a nigga, and you wonder why you can't keep a man, it's because you're vibrating in that frequency. Like, raise your vibration, sis, so you could keep one. If you're listening to love music all the time, that's positive love
Yeah.
music, and
Yeah.
you know, you will
No, totally.
attract that
No, it
love
makes
in your
sense.
life.
No,
To
totally.
me, it makes sense because
Totally.
it's putting your consciousness on a certain frequency, and like it's making you pick sides, because that's a side saying like fuck niggas, and so you picking a side out of, if you always, like you said, listening to that same type of music all the time, well, that's what you gonna resonate with. So every time
You're being polarized.
yeah, every time she meet a
Being
man, a
polarized.
young lady meet a man or something, she gonna be like fuck him, even though she's trying to make a connection with him.
She's filtering him through these other subconscious thoughts.
Yeah,
And and a lot of people don't even realize that they're doing that.
No, it's in the subconscious.
no,
as
it's
you mentioned.
subconscious. It's, and you
I'm
got to
glad
be
you
aware.
mentioned that, too,
You got to
about
be
the
highly
subconscious.
aware, high frequency person to be able to see that in yourself, because that's something reflective. Like, most people can't see it because they're not aware. They just
You
out here
listening-
doing it day to day. They living boop bop ba bam, like you said.
They listening
Feel
to
me?
music about
Trying to
drugs.
feel good all the time. Run away from the hurts.
Hello.
They trying to run away from what hurts.
No,
that
totally.
part.
No,
and
no,
they
totally.
over here listening to music about drugs and wonder why you can't stop popping perks and drinking lean and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, if you're listening to a rapper who always talking about drinking lean, and instead of you dealing with the real issues that's causing you to drink that lean or pop them perks, it's like you're killing yourself. Y'all are killing yourselves. Y'all are signing
You have a
yourself for early
soundtrack to
grave.
your own demise.
Hello, y'all are putting yourself right in the grave. Y'all are manifesting y'all deaths by saying the things that y'all saying when y'all making y'all music. When y'all getting in the studio, y'all talking about all of this stuff. I seen Mo3, for example. Mo3 made a music video of him laying in the casket, and when he got killed, a couple years later.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Talking
it's
about that
stuff
Texas
like
rapper,
that.
right? Yeah, no, that was wild.
You see what I'm saying? He
But now you put
manifested
that on
his
yourself.
death,
Yeah,
but because he laid in that
prophesied
casket.
it.
Yeah,
He manifested
No.
it.
Y'all
Because
gotta
the
understand
subconscious
that.
works off of images.
Yeah, and it's a lot of actors like Jada Pinkett, for one. She signed up all her contracts. I don't die in none of my movies. She said she ain't putting that
part.
energy on herself.
That's
like,
what I'm
I don't
saying.
need y'all, because a movie is permanent. So she like, I ain't finna have me permanently dying at the end of a movie. I feel her. I was like, that's gonna be in my contracts too if I ever do movies. Like, people when we do a appearance, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna appear, but nigga, I ain't dying.
Yeah, totally.
Nigga,
No, that
if
part
it's
right
me
there.
dying in the script, nigga, I don't want it.
Yeah,
Your
totally.
words.
I always lift off in a helicopter.
Yeah.
It's in my contract.
It's in my
I always
contract.
take off in a helicopter.
Helicopter.
You know this.
Yeah,
I always get away. It's my contract.
you definitely gotta. You definitely have to understand that your tongue got power, and
Yeah.
y'all are
Power of
manifesting
the
y'all
word.
lives.
Words are swords.
I mean,
They
shit.
are.
In the Bible, is one thing I
Even
really know in that's true in the Bible is that everything was created with the word, God's word. So like, we ain't doing nothing but what God did, but smaller, on a smaller level.
Little G.
Feel me? Yeah, we God with a little G
God with
in
a
the
little
flesh.
G.
That's like, so we creating our realities with our words. So everything starts in your mind. Your thoughts, is your words. Your words is in your thoughts first, in your head. So first it's a thought, then it's your words, and then it becomes your habits or your actions, what people would say.
And you got to know that you're worthy. A lot of people, they want to be positive, but they don't even think they deserve it. Know that you're worthy of whatever it is that the life that you desire.
You're already forgiven.
Yeah.
You're already forgiven.
You're already loved unconditionally when you come down here.
You're already unconditionally supported. That's why you could walk from the house to the car. You're unconditionally supported.
Yeah.
We are all, I believe that we are all gods and goddesses of our own life. The
Yeah.
life that you live, you have the power and the control to control whatever the outcome. You think
Yeah.
it, it will manifest.
Totally.
If you're thinking positive, then you will have a positive income. Everybody think you're supposed, oh, I gotta go through hell. You gotta go through hell and back. Sometimes you don't gotta go through hell. If you had that mindset, then yeah, you will go through hell and
Yeah,
back.
nah,
But if
Totally,
you don't
nah,
have that
totally.
mindset,
If you believe
don't
you got to
have
go through that, that's
Yeah,
real.
exactly.
Yeah.
You
Because it's
don't
all in
have
your
to
mind.
You don't
Now, if
have
you
to
tell
go
yourself
through
it's
that.
going to be a cakewalk, it's gonna be,
Then it'll be a cakewalk.
yeah.
Now that doesn't mean that you're not gonna have some stuff that come up. You know, this is a human
Nah.
experience, but you know,
But it's
for
going to
the
be minimal.
But exactly,
You need those challenges to grow your muscles.
Hello.
Yeah.
Your mental muscles, your emotional,
emotional
muscles.
muscles,
All
yeah,
them
nah, for
muscles got
sure.
to get grown. So you got to pass through some shit, but it ain't permanent.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You're
Nah.
worthy. I just want
Nothing's
everybody to know
permanent.
y'all worthy of.
Y'all worthy.
Y'all
You're
worthy
worthy.
of.
Mina Miracle told you worthy. So
You
fucking
are.
believe it.
Fucking believe it.
Know that shit.
You know?
Nah, don't
For
fucking
real.
believe it. You better know it.
Better know,
Know
it.
it.
Know that
Yeah.
shit.
Nah, I feel you on that one. Nah, 'cause
People like y'all want people. A lot of people want people to love them and accept them, but you first have to love yourself.
Yes.
You have to
Nah,
accept
totally.
yourself. Dive into those do that shadow work.
Yes.
It's a
Totally.
lot of people
Gotta-
avoiding
yeah.
the shadow self.
Oh, God.
Like,
Running from themselves.
They running from themselves. Accept that part of
You
you
hit
that
the nail
you
on the head.
Yeah, accept that side of you that you keep in the shadows, that you hide from everybody, that you only, confront when you're by yourself. Like
yeah.
know
Love that part of you too.
love that part of you.
It was given
Accept
to
it.
you for a reason.
Oh, God.
Not for real. No. Good spit for real. Because so many of us, and I used to live that way.
Yeah, nah, me too.
That you're one person with everyone else, but you're someone with yourself, someone totally different.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm glad those motherfuckers left. Now I can-
Yeah. Finally
we
take
have
off my
to
mask.
embrace. We have to embrace that side of ourselves.
totally.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
accept ourselves. It's okay if you know you have that side of you where you are just like, ugh, I really don't like. You put on a mask. No, take that mask off.
Yeah.
Look yourself in the mirror. Do that mirror work. Talk to yourself. Look at yourself in the eyes. Do those words of affirmation and tap in to self and that shadow self.
But when you said feel worthy, that one's important.
Yeah, it is.
Nah,
Because
is.
before you can do any of this,
That's
you have
feeling-
to feel you deserve it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to feel
You
valuable.
got to feel you deserve it. For real.
Yeah.
And you do deserve it.
Yeah,
know.
you do.
So,
I had
nah.
to learn.
But can't
that
no
the
one
hard
else
way.
like feel it for you. Like you said, a lot of people want someone else to feel their value for them, but they keep on hungering for it because they got to give it to themselves. Like,
Only way.
Man, you
That's
don't want
the seeking
nobody
of
linked to
validation.
your value. They'll turn
I mean-
that shit on
I mean,
and off
I mean,
whenever they feel
if
like.
it's a bad person,
Yeah.
now if it's
Facts.
somebody that don't need that shit, like I don't need to manipulate you or nothing, they gonna be trying to get away from you because they like, what the fuck is going on?
For real.
Yeah, but now if somebody want to manipulate you, like, I got a mission for her or him.
I'm going to hang around and turn that feeling on and off
Yeah,
to get compliance.
yeah, no, for sure. Whenever they need that validation,
Compliance.
I'm gonna charge for that
Yeah.
in my own type of way.
You know.
I'm not gonna put a dollar sign on it, but
It could be
there will
sexual
favors.
acts.
Yes, it could be.
It could be
anything.
a favorite meal. You know,
That'll get them right
you know
there.
what I'm saying? Yeah, that's
So all the foodies,
Nah, for
better watch
real.
yourself.
nah, that's funny, man.
Nah,
This
that's
is
funny.
true.
You
But it's
gotta-
still the human condition, and we in a human condition. We can't run from it. We should embrace
Nah,
that
I
too.
love it that it's there to
Yeah.
help you grow and develop.
Gotcha.
like,
It's a part of the development.
It'd be crazy boring if you just came out here and just knew everything as soon as you hopped out the womb and it was
Yeah,
nothing
you
to
only
learn.
need to be here maybe 10 years,
that nigga like
maybe 10 years. Like, I
like
know it
5
all.
years like,
You know?
like
Facts.
if you could know it all like shit
You know.
and they just already be just operating in
Well, see,
life.
I need 5 years to test, and then I need 5 years to do it all.
To do it all.
I need 5 years to do it all. You know, this hold
Hey,
still.
what's his name? 21 Savage said it in an interview. He was like, man, he's like, life crazy. He was like, you really don't get enough time to do shit. He was like, cause he's like, when you in your dubs, you dumb as fuck still.
Totally.
Like, even though you can go out there and get a job and all that and work and get your life together or whatever, he's like, you still dumb as fuck. You don't know how this world really work. And then he was like, you so caught up in wanting to have fun, you don't really know how to sit down and study how this world work.
Yeah, totally.
He was like, then you get to
I know how it works.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
pleasure.
said you get to 30, and then he was like, "Dang, now you almost done. You get to 35." He was like, "Nigga, what else you gonna do? Nigga, like if you ain't got your shit together by 30, what the fuck?" Like,
Yeah.
nah, that's pretty real.
You know,
Uh,
you should just keep making babies at that age. That's all.
yeah.
You
What,
know
in the
I'm joking.
20s?
You know I'm
No, no,
joking.
no.
You know.
Oh, I'm like, whoa.
Nah, it's a like joke.
It's a light joke. It's a light joke. Unless someone's hasn't been paying child support, then it might hurt more.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. If you gotta show up to court, it might feel a little
It
different.
might feel a little different. Because there's so many societal, like, what we call norms. I don't believe they norms. I just think we copying each other.
Yeah, they constructs.
Yeah,
No,
so-
it's totally we creatures of learned behavior.
So you see the person next door do it, and you didn't really see it work for them, but you don't mind doing it. You know, because no one's gonna argue with you about you being outside the bubble.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, he's towing the line. He's one of us.
Now it's when you
know.
get outside the bubble, people be like, "What the fuck you doing?
Yeah,
Why you ain't doing what we doing over here, right, nigga? Because that shit don't work.
Right.
I tested it out enough."
I had older siblings and I learned from them. I have a sister who gangbanging and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm never getting put on nowhere. I see somebody hustling and go to jail. No, I would never do that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I learn from other people's mistakes.
Well, that's real
good.
wisdom.
Now, that's real wisdom,
That's
right
real
there.
wisdom when
to
you
not
can
have to
learn.
hit that corner like they did. You know?
Totally.
But I feel like honestly, I feel like people that still act on it, even though they seen someone else fail at something, like it's not that they want to fail, but I feel like people want something to talk about in their life. People want excitement. They want to be able to have a life story. And
I
feel me?
agree.
As crazy as it sounds, I don't know, but I feel like it's something about that. Like people feel like my life is boring. I need to spice it up a little.
No, definitely.
If they might not know how to really they might need to spice it up by starting to go to a dance class or something really. But since
That
they
they
ain't got
rob a
that
bank.
influence, they ain't got that influence.
they
Then we so instead they go rob a bank or sell some drugs or
and
something.
they're both an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, they both with adrenaline
Right.
rush, doing acrobatics, flips and stuff. It's all the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, totally.
So I think people really searching for more pleasure and excitement. Feel me? But just in the wrong way. Like they don't know how to transmute the energy and direct
But
it properly.
what are the limits of wherever you come out of?
Not
So
totally.
those are mental limits that you might not have ever discussed with anyone in your neighborhood, but they're already there invisibly.
Like if ain't
Like,
nobody in your family ever
niggas-
bought property,
look, niggas
you ain't
don't-
never gonna think about that shit.
Niggas don't go parachuting.
Yeah.
You understand? Why would I jump out of a perfectly good plane?
That's something I
You
want
know,
to do.
likewise.
No, I do too.
But I've talked to other homies, my friends, and like, hey, dog, listen, man, you tripping, Mike? What the fuck, dog? Yeah. Like, bro, a
I feel
lot
like
of
I
people
gotta do it
it
once, man.
Just once.
It feel like you flying.
Yeah, totally, just once.
It look like you feel like you flying. I ain't gonna say it feel like you flying because I ain't never did it. But
I
from
can't
what I
wait to do
seen
it.
on
I'll
all the
let y'all know.
videos,
We should do it together.
no, we should.
No,
we should
we
plan
should.
that out.
Plan it
Coming
out.
On mushrooms.
Oh no.
I'm gonna do 2 grams.
No.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
But y'all got to plan on 2
You
grams.
scared me now. No.
And I'm gonna have to go.
Well, that's not your requirement.
It
That's
ain't
not
your requirement, but I'm gonna do
Are
2
you
grams when we jump out.
Yeah. So, nah, he telling the truth.
Oh
He's
yeah,
telling
that's
the
what
truth.
y'all.
Yeah, well, he telling.
It's
the
okay.
truth.
I'll be there.
Nah.
Oh, y'all.
Oh, we mash fromers.
Yeah,
Mash
I know.
fromers.
Y'all
what
tell
I'm
me
saying?
every-
I'm gonna have the
Friday.
GoPro. I'm
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
You know.
yeah, no, we're gonna have the
Like
GoPro.
it.
I'm gonna have it on my helmet or something,
That's
and
gonna be
then
dope.
I'm gonna have you do bless us. You do a sound bath before we jump off the
Also,
plane.
anointing oil.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure Mr. Butterfingers didn't pack your chute.
Yeah.
Go see Butterfingers. He's got your chute. Butterfingers.
Nah, can I get a different conductor?
You know what I'm saying? Totally.
Parachute advice.
Nah. But that's all I was sharing was that people lock their minds into a certain box that you can't do that because you're this.
Yeah.
Or you can't do that because you come from this area.
Yeah.
And so therefore, like you said, when they're looking for the excitement, if they felt expansive enough to say, I'll go parachuting, they might not pull the lick.
Yeah.
Because they would get the same adrenaline rush.
Exactly.
But one you walk away from, no big deal, cost maybe $100, and the other one, like, you trying to figure some shit out now. Can I make bail?
Yeah.
So
Like.
hey.
Nah, it's a tangent. It's a domino effect. Like
Yeah.
like the other thing you choose that's negative or entropy is gonna dominate you or domino you. I meant to say into like some other shit, which
Downward.
is chaos.
You're gonna be moved into
Yeah,
downward.
you gonna
mode.
move into some more chaos.
More chaos and downward motion,
Yeah,
So now it's important to
and I don't
question.
think people want chaos in their life. People want order. People want stability.
But I do believe people are so used to chaos.
No, it feels normal.
It's
feels-
No,
normalized.
they normalized it.
Yeah.
I know I've normalized it. That's why I was like, hold up. The shrooms made me realize I normalized it. Like, hold on, nigga, why you feel so good about that? You
Yeah.
should have feel good about
Yeah,
that.
that's nothing.
You
to
over
be
there
proud
reveling
of.
in it, like
Yeah, like
Nothing to be proud of.
yeah.
like
But that's how you know it's low frequency. Like you ain't focused enough on yourself about like the real shit, the real skill sets you have to be proud of. You like,
who did you help today?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, who did you help?
A lot of
today?
people still feel me, you know, upping themselves off of that fight they won in high school.
Hello.
Like like some dumb shit. Like some shit that's
And you
that's what
know
I'm saying.
who
People
you
be-
are.
Yeah, people be
She
caught
said,
up in the
I
past.
was the prime queen of King High.
Yeah. Now it was cool to revel in like the other shit, like if it's positive. Like, come on, you don't want to revel in like a high school fight, it's just a fight.
Exactly.
But now if you was like star quarterback or something like, yeah, that's something to brag about. That's something to up and be proud
Maybe
of.
that was his star quarterback moment.
No, totally it was. That's why I'm bringing it up. It was, but it was entropy. It was negative. It ain't nothing to keep on revelishing in. It ain't no power in it. It was only like a lot of negative. What I realized, negative energy only has power in the moment.
Well, it feels powerful. It actually sucked in power.
No, it is, but I'm saying like whatever power it does have, it has it in the moment. So like when you try to go back and relish and make yourself proud of something negative that you did, you ain't gonna pull no power from that.
Well, you're pulling from you. Like what you're really trying to do is pull power from that memory to add to yourself.
Yeah.
But the memory itself is sapping the power.
Yeah, no, it is. It's draining.
So, but it still feels good to you.
Oh God.
So therefore, you do it again and again and again. But it's not really doing what you think it's doing.
Yeah.
Right after you have
Once you
it,
would see it, you get the results you want.
well, right after you have it, you probably want to take a nap or eat a
Facts.
piece of bad food.
Right. You be
You know what I'm
drained.
saying? I need a cigarette. You know, immediately because
Come on now.
that's the energy it just pulled you into. It just lowered your
True.
vibration into that. You know, so
So, what are some things that y'all do to like keep y'all vibration higher for self care?
chant.
Chant,
We real big on
meditate.
chant.
Yeah, real big on chanting, meditating, and the shrooms.
Yeah,
Self care.
totally.
That's a shot in for self.
Micro dosing. Shit, I take an eighth or more every Friday.
Right,
Same
you
here.
told me. Y'all told me.
Yeah, now because that way what happens is it allows us to look back through the week
Reflect.
and reflect,
On
see what
everything.
good we did, see where we missed the mark, and then next week we can improve on that.
Prove it.
Yeah.
That's
And,
good.
and so that's what we found. This was a great modality.
Going
And
back to the drawing board.
we
Because you
dealt-
always got to reconfigure.
yeah, totally. And then we dealt with so many people who, oh no, I heard it make you go crazy. And we're like, bro, someone have told you some shit.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, the thing is, if you're not ready, it depends on. To me, like I tell people that say that, like it depends on what it is that you're battling.
Yeah.
What is some things
That's
that
real.
you're suppressed? Because to me, when you're on the shoes, anything that you're suppressing could turn into a bad trip. But if you like, if you're suppressing some stuff that you know you don't want to deal with, it's gonna come up. Everything that you suppressing is gonna come up. You're gonna have to face that when you're on that shroom trip. Now, are you ready to face it? Yes or no? Because if you are, then let's do it.
Yeah,
if you're
totally.
not, then you need to take some time and work on that.
or maybe
till
a
you're ready.
micro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
till you're ready to actually face that.
Yeah, no, definitely. You're hitting the nail on the head because I don't believe in bad trips. I only believed in what I didn't want to see on the
Yeah.
shrooms, what
No,
I didn't
real
want
talk.
to deal with. So every time when I first started on this journey, I would be like, you had a bad trip. Then another part would be like, motherfucker, you had no bad trip. It showed you that shit you did. And you didn't like that shit.
My
You didn't like
point.
that you got put on blast
Yeah, you
for
wanted
your
to
own
print it.
actions and
Suppressing.
shit.
The stuff
That's
that
why
you
that shit was bad,
suppressing.
nigga.
But that's when we come in and we have to turn that negative into a positive. You got to redirect that person,
Totally.
redirect it, and be solution based with whatever it is that is coming
Yep.
up during that trip. That's when as shamans we come in. Hey, okay, this is how you feel. This is coming up. Okay, well let's redirect that energy into something positive. Like you feel like, oh, I'm dying of this. The old me is dead. No, you're being reborn.
Totally.
Yeah.
You know what
Totally.
I'm saying? So yeah.
Totally. Not every direction is real.
Yeah, no, it is.
know?
Shifting that consciousness. Like,
And I will admit, I mean, we all probably can admit to this. The shrooms can feel overwhelming because you possibly never touched on these emotions you've been pressing down for so long.
no, totally.
Absolutely.
But as you allow it, if you don't panic and you allow it to come to the top, then you can really get at things that's all kinds of traumas and things that's happened to you up until now.
Yes, I did. I did a inner child healing, and it went to 3 ages. The age of 8, I believe 9, 11, 10, 11, around that age, and 14. And And these are like at the age of 9. This was when I lived in a lot of fear. I was so scared of everything, and I had ditched school in 4th grade, being scared, like being crazy, testing my fear out. You know, it
Yeah.
took me back to that moment when I ditched school and I got caught and got scared. And I'm like, my mama gonna kill me, y'all. Like, I told the teacher, like, please. I told the principal, like, y'all don't understand. She gonna beat my ass.
Yeah, you can't tell her. Can't tell her.
Anything but that.
If you ever loved me, you can't tell her.
Like, I ain't gonna make it to school tomorrow. As soon as my mama find out, like, I was so scary. The age of 10, that's when I was molested. So it brought me back to that. And during this inner child meditation that I did, I connected with the younger me. I gave my 9-year-old self a hug when I got caught ditching. When I was across the street from the school and the teacher
Preach.
seen me, I said, you know, you don't have nothing to be afraid of. And I gave her a hug. I gave little Mina a hug. At the age of 10, I opened the door. You know, after being molested, my mom had just so happily popped up, and I never opened the door for her because I was scared of her like fucking shit up. So I never opened the door. But guess what I did in that meditation? I opened the door for my mom, and I hugged her. You know, and I let my younger self know it's okay to tell your mom.
Yeah.
At age 14, this is when I'm like, oh, I'm gonna date girls, and my brother sat me down, and he was all like, I remember sitting on the front porch, and it was a whole bunch of leaves in the yard. He said, now, why would you just want to date girls when it's a world full of boys for you? Like, he's like, you see all the leaves? Those are all the men in the world. Like, you don't have to just seclude yourself to women. Like, you could just, you know, it's somebody out there that's going to love you one day. I mean, like, relax, you know?
Yeah.
And I gave myself I gave my 14-year-old self a hug, and I said, Amina, girl, it's niggas out here, girl. You got options. It's okay. It's okay. So that right there, in which I never even realized that I needed that until I went into that trip. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just healed years of trauma. I hugged myself. Like, I felt more connected to my younger self. Like, that inner child is still in.
Oh man, you need that. That's what helps you with all your creativity. Because when you was a child, that's when your imagination was the most purest and most powerful.
Definitely.
You know?
That's why we got to tap back into our inner child.
You need to be aligned with all those, and you use all your experiences, all that gain from all them years to, feel me, as your tools.
So look at all that good energy released
Yeah.
from those subconscious memories, because those are real beings in your subconscious who are stuck at 9, who are stuck at 10, stuck at 14.
Those
That's real.
blockage, mental change.
Those are real blockages.
And emotional change.
Yeah.
You must go back and hug them and kiss them.
Yes, and let them know we are okay.
We
Yes,
okay.
we good.
You're not living in that
That
moment.
inner child is still here with us. We have to learn how to reconnect. If you have children, y'all take your kids to the park. Go swing on the swing with your kids.
Yeah.
Go play basketball with your son. Go tap into the things that you used to do as a kid. Like, I feel like me raising my 2 children, I have a girl and a boy. That's my masculine, that's my feminine energy, you know? By me raising them, I feel like I'm even more in touch with my inner child because I'm doing these things, and me connecting with them is connecting to my inner child. You know?
Yeah, no, totally. That
I
is
do
what they're supposed to
everything
be
with
here for. I believe all our children are supposed to teach us as we supposed to teach them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they represent milestones in your life. When I had this baby, what was going on in my life?
Exactly.
When I had this child, what was going on in my life? You know,
No,
real
totally.
milestones and then now you can see where am I at
Exactly.
compared
Now,
to those magnificent dates. Nah, that's real. Nah,
This is true. Like, I feel like when I had my daughter at 19. I was in an abusive relationship with her dad, and I wasn't like the type of woman who was in an abusive relationship. Like, I just got my ass beat. Like, I was the one beating ass and getting my ass beat. Like, we was worse than Krishan and Blueface out here.
feel you.
Yeah.
y'all was into it.
Oh, very much
They were
so.
into it.
He's like,
And-
we're going to do some Muay Thai.
But my daughter, I feel like that situation, I was really reckless when I was young. She saved my life. I could have been in jail, all type of stuff. But as soon as I got pregnant, I said, okay, I can't be fine no more. I can't be doing this.
Yeah,
I can't be doing that.
That
Like,
shit is over.
It instantly
It's a
shifted
wrap.
your consciousness, and your heart really shifted your heart because you're like, hold on, I got someone
Right.
to nurture now.
This was fine for me, but not for we.
But this is where I realized, okay, my daughter, when I had her, this is what unconditional love feel like.
Yeah,
I
totally.
feel like our children give us that unconditional love. They don't.
Not totally.
Our children don't care if we're on drugs. They don't care if we're homeless.
That's real.
Nope.
They don't
This is
care.
real.
They don't see that. What they see is mommy and daddy. That's
no
all
matter
they see.
what.
Nah, no matter
And you
what.
could be a shitty parent, and your kids are voting for you.
Yeah, no,
They
for sure,
still gonna root
for
you.
sure.
They think they think you're Superman or Superwoman.
What you say about my
Only,
mama?
only people that can make a kid feel like their parent ain't Superwoman or Superman is like the outside perspectives or like comparing and contrasting.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I realized in like my mushroom trips or just even like growing up being 20 and 25. I realized looking back in high school, I used to compare like my relationships with my parents compared to like other
people.
kids around me outside. And I used to be like, well, dang, my mom or dad don't buy me that or take me to go do that. Like,
My daughter used to.
but
do
at the
Fuck
same time,
them.
before I heard that, I was like, I love my parents. But I'm like, the outside perspective, like, damn, are they doing enough? Like,
Right,
I
right.
think they're cheap.
Yeah,
They're
I
not
told-
doing enough.
when that don't really be the case, that's just your own self comparing and contrasting.
But
Like,
that's those pressures of society that are invisible
yeah, those mental
that leak in
Into-
your ear
into you.
hole or your
Yeah.
eye holes, and now you think something's amiss.
yeah, something's wrong when you got all the blessings.
Where's my
around you.
trust fund and my 911 twin turbo, you motherfucker?
no, this is fact.
You know?
My daughter came to me one day and she was telling me like, Mom, I be seeing other girls like they dad come and pick them up from school and da da da. Remind you, her dad don't have a car, so she's like, why my daddy don't pick me up? I said, look, Rianne. She's like, sometimes I just wish I had another dad. I said, Rianne, don't ever say that because it's a lot of girls your age who fathers is in jail or in dead. I said, so you have to be grateful for the type of father that you have. He may not be the best father or pick you up, but that's still your dad. Like, be grateful
That's
for
how
that.
you got here. That's part of the process.
Yeah, that's
Right,
part of
so
the
I had to
process.
tell her like I feel like you being ungrateful. Like I checked her immediately. Like
Yeah.
I'm
No, that
like
was good.
you're being ungrateful. Be grateful that you have a father. Like a lot of girls don't even have their dads or dead or in jail, and that changed her. That shifted her perspective of like, oh, okay, Mom, you right. And rest in peace to my baby dad because he got killed in December. But like now
Rest in peace.
like now.
Condolences, rest in peace.
Thank you. And now she's like, okay, Mom, now I see what you're talking about. Like now that we going to the cemetery, she's like, okay, I cherish every moment, all those times.
Yeah,
like, and I'm
correct,
like,
correct.
exactly.
Yeah, because that's all you got.
That's it.
So that's
Honestly, when I've lost people that's close to me, what I realized, you can't even think of no bad times. Like if somebody owed you $20,
real.
nigga, you don't even give a fuck about it.
once they gone, you can only think about all these magical times.
Yeah, and
you're gonna miss
even
them.
the times you
That's all
felt
that
bothered,
matters.
like say if like you had a grandfather that passed away, and you like, man, Grandpa always asked me to take his car out front and park it out front for him so he can get ready to wash it or something. And now he gone. Now you wish he was able to bother you to do that.
I feel
Correct.
the same way about
At first it seemed like a hassle. Like, man, I gotta go move the car again.
But all this is important because after that, in the aftermath of that, you have greater appreciation.
Nah, totally.
So how do you build appreciation?
And how do you have that before someone's gone?
Exactly.
How do you
I don't
keep
know
that
if you. I
gratefulness?
don't know if you can though.
I do.
Can.
I live it now.
Yeah,
I for
you
sure. I
can.
appreciate everybody because I know I'm gonna have to let go of them one day.
But I
so
don't
stay
think
in
I
the
don't
moment.
think you the poster child or the model for it because of the shrooming and everything you do. I'm talking about the average person. I'm talking like you don't count. You don't count. I don't count. She don't count. Shit. Nigga, we doing other shit.
You got to go above average. You
feel
can't
what
be
I'm
an
saying?
average person.
So I'm saying for the average person who's working their job, trying to keep their shit going.
There's no more average people.
Well, you understand. I'm saying they didn't got no other modalities. Stop fucking with me. For that person, how do they? You get what I'm saying? How do they get to that? How do they even transverse all of that? They might be like, they on this show just talking shit. I bet they ain't doing none of that.
Well, I bet the best way to do it is get Mina's journal. To journal it down and write your thoughts down.
Yeah.
That
And
is
write
good.
down what you're grateful for.
Yes.
That's
Gratitude.
Because if you
Real.
start making a list, which is that's what a journal's made for, to journal out your thoughts, and she has particular questions.
Oh,
in
it's
there.
got a lot more in there than just
Yeah, that's
that,
what I'm
but-
saying.
But
It
it's
got
definitely
questions
made
in
for-
there. I ain't never bought or seen no journal. They got already pre-made questions.
Yeah, to get your
For you.
mind
Yeah, to
rolling.
get your mind
Get your
rolling and
mind
turning.
rolling. Get everything turning.
Stimulate. It make you
Yeah.
think about what it is that you're grateful for. What are some things? How can you self improve? How can you be better as a person, as a
Totally.
human being, as a soul?
Yeah.
How can you be a better sister, brother, mom, father, daughter, things like
Neighbor.
that?
Totally.
Neighbor, exactly.
All of
Like,
that. Yeah, community.
I live my life like no matter who I come in contact with, like I just want to leave. I want y'all to know, like, I have good spirits. I mean all well. I have pure intentions. Like,
I just stand from you.
Thank you.
automatically.
No, totally. No,
I feel-
I overstand that.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, pure intentions and stuff like that. I'm just all about self improvement, self caring, and that's why I created these journals because I like to write things down. I'm a writer.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was a kid, I used to have like little diaries and stuff. Like my mama used to read them. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, Mina, you feel like I didn't do your hair good enough. Like,
What people don't know, you have to write. It keeps you coordinated. Actually,
Yeah,
That-
totally.
like it keeps your eye hand coordination on point. Like, feel me?
that's the
'Cause-
best way to manifest anything that you want. You write it down. That makes it real. When you
Yeah,
write these,
that's the
things
first
down,
step. No, real
that
talk.
makes it real. Paper and a pen. Don't write it down I mean, you could write it down in your notes, but make sure you put it on paper later on.
No,
Yeah.
totally. Because the
Nah,
ink
totally.
and everything is real.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not the
Exactly.
same as a screen.
Nah,
No, it's not.
the screen is separating your
Different
magic
color
from the
inks
paper.
matter too.
Mm-hmm.
Different color inks matter too.
Yeah,
Depending on
That's
if it's
true.
black is dead.
Yeah,
Red
and
is-
black can be for protection too. Black
yeah,
and white.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. I'm just talking about the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
For most part in the corpse, your black is representing something of a dead nature. Blue is for water, red is for blood. So like we can get in depth just on the you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a lot of good
Nah, the
modalities
symbolisms.
out here. It's a lot of things that you can change in your life that's everyday occurrences that allow
I
you to
agree.
and what I would say too, what we was going back to the consciousness shift is that people just when things happen to you, what you would perceive as negative, try practicing this mantra: things are happening for me, not to me.
Hello.
yeah, totally.
Things are,
'Cause
even
this-
if it doesn't seem clear, and you're like, "Damn, why did I just have to go through this right now?" Or why
Don't
did this
collapse
hurt?
the wave.
Yeah, don't collapse the wave. Don't be like, "Oh, they did this because of that," or "This is why it happened. I'm a dummy. I was late." Or
Some things
just
are
sit in
saving
it.
your
Sit in
life.
the energy. Yeah.
Some things are saving your life. It may be a situation that happened to you that saved your life and you don't even have a clue, but you're so like in a negative space and think, oh, why did this happen? Da, 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 da. When really, God, that was the universe saving you from something terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nah, totally.
just
No,
always
I had it
show
happen.
gratitude.
A person was sitting there at a left light, and I was like, "Why are they playing with the arrow? Like it's been turned. Come on, bro, move." And I'm not really a horn hunker because I try and keep out of that level of tension, but I'm almost ready to hunk the horn, and just then a big old truck barreled through against the red.
That's what I'm saying.
So we had to went out there. It probably would have hit us both, or at least
Yeah.
T-boned me. You know what I'm saying?
Patience.
Patience, and just
Patience.
being like, "Wow, I straight ducked that right there."
How do y'all practice patience?
I do it subconsciously. What I do in all my subconscious work, because I make hypnosis MP3s and things of that nature, I place patience into every cell of my body. So that when I start thinking, my nervous system makes me always get ahead.
Okay.
So I start going forward too fast. So it feels like I'm doing a lot, but the truth is I'm just keeping myself wound up. I am getting things accomplished. So what I've had to learn is like, you know what? Slow down. Because what I'm finding is it's like being a sniper. They always tell you slow and steady is fast when you're a sniper.
Yeah.
Because you got to take proper aim, pull the trigger, hold your breath.
Breathe.
So all of that
Yeah.
takes a certain type of motion. So you think, I got to hurry up, pow, pow, pow. And the truth is you're going to probably miss everything.
Yeah.
Whereas if you take your time and pull on the sleeve and everything and reload, boom, 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 you're going to really hit your mark because it's slow and steady. And so I've been following that with my nervous system. Tell my nervous system, back off, we getting it done. We getting it done.
Yeah.
We getting it done. And this is new for me because most of my life I always worked on the grind.
What helped me in 2020 to become, because I was already pretty patient, but I think I became a master of patience in 2020 when I started telling myself I don't control like the end results. Like I control the result, but I don't control the time when the results activate.
Correct.
Feel me? That's what I'm trying to say. So like you do control the results, so I could put the work in, do such and such, but that's when the patience kick in. Now you leave what's out of your control out of your hands. You let it go.
Yeah. You
You
ever
have
do
to be
switch words?
present.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Get to
tried
work
switch
on other
words?
stuff.
Switch words.
Switch
What is
words.
that? What do you consider?
Switch
that?
words are words to talk directly to the subconscious. So I use those also.
Okay.
Because what they do, a lot of
Give
times,
me an example.
like the word together, the word together is a unifying word so that your consciousness and your body move in unison. Because your body is the subconscious mind. So once your consciousness is like, if you will, the guidance system, but sometimes your body's not in agreement.
True.
Yeah.
So that's why you say I'm gonna go on a diet, but then you like 2 days later you're off of it
Fact.
because the body didn't agree. Your consciousness that chose did, but the body it's what we haven't faced is we're technically like two entities. You're the guided system, but the body is a whole nother organism.
This is true.
So you have to integrate with it. That's why you heard me mention cellular level of placing patients in.
Yeah.
The other thing I do if I need something quick, I use switch words. So I'll use one crystal horse because it means confidence. A lot of things you're trying to do really just take confidence and enthusiasm. And confidence is trust.
Yes.
So once I tell myself something's going to happen and I place confidence in it, then next thing you know, the patience is easy.
Yes.
Because I have total trust that it's going to happen, so I can literally let it go. And that's part of manifestation. You can't emotionally hold on to what you put out
Nah,
there,
you don't. You
or
gotta
else
let it
you're
go.
reeling it back in to check again.
Yeah.
I agree.
I threw it out there for the universe to make it happen, but then I reeled it back in to see if the line anyone bit. And that's, I think, what
Nah, you gotta you'll know when it happens because you'll see the result.
you'll
that
see the
you're
result.
looking for. That's how I practice my patience too. Just let it go.
Facts. Being present for me. Like I had to learn the hard way how to just stay present. Not think about the past, not think about tomorrow, but just be here and now.
Totally. Everything is fine. Where I'm at right now is where I am supposed
To be.
No, for
Facts.
sure.
I affirm that, Ashe.
Nah. Well, because you got to have time and space orientation. And without it, you're on your way to the meeting, you're on your way to the podcast, anything. And then you're like, you get there, maybe it was traffic, you ducked an accident, you had to put gas in unexpectedly, and then you arrive and you're like, you're too discombobulated to be in the right place at the right time, but you actually are.
Yeah.
This is true.
So that's what I use the switch words for because it's so fast. I can recenter like in 1 minute, 2 minutes, if I don't have time to actually go sit and chant or meditate.
So what is some advice for somebody who takes more than 1 or 2 minutes?
Then you got to make time to have that.
Okay.
You got to make time to have it. You get what I'm saying? But like I said, there's
Time
so
management.
many, time management. So if you truly, like normally I can chant for 5 minutes and then I'm back where I need to be. But then I've been practicing for a while.
Yeah.
For the new person who has been chanting that long, so they don't really feel how it comes on, it's like, okay, I'm moving back into that right vibration. They might need 20 minutes, 30 minutes of chanting, but don't have that. But still do something.
Yeah.
Don't just because you can't do the full regimen, give up on it like that. At a certain point, you would have brought your nervous system down to proper levels, because that's really what you're fighting against. Most of, especially coming out the hood, we have nervous systems that's stuck on fight or flight.
Yeah.
So
That again.
no, they stuck on fight or flight. So that's why you're
Facts.
so quick to violence. That's why you're so quick to overeating and overindulging in drugs and alcohol, because that's the only way you're used to combating the PTSD or
Exactly.
anything else you're dealing with. But you actually could use other modalities that not only bring in relief, but start to lower the nervous system back down to where it
That's
needs
what
to
you
be.
need.
And as it lowers, you'll naturally be able to do weight loss. You'll naturally be able to eat herbs and all of that.
Yeah.
But when you're red line a 9 or a 10 where your nervous system is concerned, man, you at every moment you think you gotta survive.
And your
I
body
love-
is in complete disorder. You need your mind, your body, and your soul to be in complete alignment.
Where you're dripping adrenaline.
Yeah.
You're dripping cortisol.
I always practice breath work, so I always do. I'm always like people, as a hairstylist, like me being in like people in their heads and by their ears, they be like, "Girl, you okay?" I be over there like,
Recentering.
yeah, and I
Totally.
like, "Are you okay?" Like people would be like, "You good?" No, I'm good. I'm just recentering myself. Like it's okay, nothing's wrong or anything like that. They be like freaking out, like, am I doing something wrong? No. Just because they hear me breathing. But no, that's just me realigning myself, calming myself down or whatever it could be. Like, just always breathing and being present. That's the part of being present too.
No,
No,
that-
because
that
the
breath-
breath is in the
That
present.
breath.
No, the
yeah.
breath brings you into the present moment for sure.
Breathing, definitely.
That's opportunity.
Totally.
Every time you breathe, you can taste the opportunity. That's opportunity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Possibilities. That breath is possibilities and opportunity.
No, for real. But what's good is that you know to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got your modalities down.
I had to learn.
So yeah,
These are all the things, like I said, during my journey, these are all the things that help me realign with my higher self and heal.
Well, you can't create nothing when you disordered or your nervous system is out of whack and you in fight or flight mode. You can't create nothing. You can't even connect with people properly because your emotions
True.
is everywhere. So
you're in need.
yeah, that's why it's proper, like for people to be in a calm, relaxed state to be able to get what they need to get done, whether it be like their business, their creative endeavors, or interacting with their family members better. Like you said, being the best mother, father, sister, or brother you can be, the best uncle.
Facts.
No, totally. And on a purely science level, when the nervous system is in this fight or flight mode, the mind itself will not allow you to do anything of a progressive nature.
I agree. I just went through that, right?
Yeah,
Like
you got to come out of it first.
you have to come, and you have to, like, for the last, like I said, 6 to 8 months, I've been grieving and stuff. I lost my cousin 2 days before my birthday. Then after that, I lost one of my business partners, and then after that, I lost one of my cousins, and then my baby daddy. So I went into this dark space. Remind you, every therapist needs a therapist. Like
Oh, yeah,
for
every
real.
sound healer needs a sound healer. Every Reiki master needs a Reiki master. You know what I'm saying?
real.
So I was in a space where I couldn't even be productive. I couldn't even. It took me to be sick. I got sick with the flu for like 2 weeks, and I was down bad. I was down bad on my ass, y'all. But during that time, I wasn't able to eat, so I was fasting. I felt like the universe, God, put me in that position for me to fast to think clearer, so that I could change my mindset. So once I got in my mind to reset my mind from negative to positive, from being depressed to being more grateful and showing gratitude for being here, even though I lost most of my loved ones, just reprogramming my mind so that when I wake up tomorrow, I could be more grateful to be here instead of sad that.
And get something going.
Yeah. So now, since I had to retrain my thought, retrain my thought process and stuff, and to get out of that depression, get out of that grief. Well, I'm still grieving, but I'm using different outlets like the music. Like I said, pulling up to the studio. I'm journaling, back journaling consistently. I'm back taking my herbs consistently, and doing what I love, getting realigned with my purpose.
Definitely.
You know, and since I've been doing that, I've been back 100%. Like, I'm back, baby. You know?
Yeah.
Well, probably the only reason you even got sick was just because of how you were feeling.
That's what I'm saying. Because it manifests what we go through psychologically and in our mind. It manifests in the physical too.
No, it does.
Like,
Totally. It transitions because everything's connected.
Yeah,
And the energy gonna move because energy how energy really work. It don't stay stagnant. That's why, like, when people be talking about save money, I be like, how? Like, it's not meant to be
money's
saved.
energy.
You got to keep it moving.
You
How
have to
the
spend
fuck
money.
you mean
I
save
just
money?
told somebody that
You got to keep
yesterday.
that shit moving.
They like, oh, I'm on a budget. I can't spend no money. No, you have to spend the money in order to save the money.
Totally.
Yeah, in order to make the money.
bring it in, you gotta spend. You gotta
keep
give
it in
it
flow.
out.
You got to keep it in flow. Some type of however you got to figure out your flow, figure it out. But I want to go back to what you said about, like, God, like you felt like God sat you down and
You have to, cause
feel me. But see, some people might have been in that same position, sick with the flu, and what they always put it on, the devil got me. So it's the devil working against me. Like, but it's all about perspective. Like, your perspective on life is what really makes it. You making your reality. So when you say that, not you, but I'm saying that person that says, "Oh, the devil," you giving the devil power.
Yes,
What you
you
did in
are.
that moment, you gave God power, and you was
Yes.
like, "Nah, this is really a lesson right now."
I need
God
a
slowed me
humility.
down.
I need to be patient.
And really, you
I
had to
need
go
to
through. You
lay
had to heal
down.
yourself.
I had to lay
You was
down.
doing so much for others, and
Yeah.
feel me. You wasn't taking awareness of how it was really affecting you.
me. Yeah,
Had
and
you-
I
had
was
you
working
really-
so
And I had to
much,
come
y'all.
up and showing the physical to really get your
To sit me
attention.
down and to get my attention.
Did it give you time to deal with those deaths? Because leading up
did.
to you being sick, you mentioned you lost a lot of loved ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It did give me some time to reflect on that. I mean, I felt like I was bringing my feelings and everything to the forefront. Like, I try not to suppress how I feel. I like to feel everything, but it's all about, like, feeling it and then letting it go.
Nah,
Not
totally.
just sitting there in
Nah,
it.
you don't want to hold on to
You
it.
can't hold on to it. You have to release it. So I did a lot of releasing. Like, it was a lot of releasing going on in my body too, because I had the flu. So, I'm on
No,
the
definitely.
toilet. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm releasing it all because
But it's all the
holding
same.
on to it.
No, it's all the same.
Yeah. So I did a lot of releasing, and like I said, I'm just showing more gratitude. Like
Yeah.
I had those experiences. I was able to connect with my loved ones, and now I'm here, and I'm still going on. I'm living on through them.
No,
So
totally.
yeah,
And that's what's supposed to happen. Be
No, it's
honest with
supposed
you,
to. Yeah. That's why you interacted with them.
the circle of
Like,
life is none of us know it, even though because we're walking it and learning it at the same time. So that's
yeah.
kind of an impediment. And probably by the time you've walked it long enough, maybe in the 80s and 90s, well, you about to transition out possibly. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to definitely clap for yourself because
yes.
you're doing all this in real time
Yeah.
with no instruction manuals.
No
Clap
instruction
for you.
manuals.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
clap
for
for you,
real,
Mina.
for real, for
Yeah,
real.
all of us, everybody,
you.
clap for
So
yourself,
totally,
hug
yeah.
yourself,
Audience at
yourself,
home,
kiss yourself,
please,
audience.
clap for yourself.
give yourself a pat on the back, like
Because
show
if you at least do
gratitude.
that, you can at least account for one hand clap and one pat on the back.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Give it to yourself.
give it to yourself.
Give it to you. You were really the main person that was always clapping for you anyway.
Yeah.
It's just the way society teaches you. It says if you vote for you, you're selfish. If you vote for you, you're being egotistical.
And it's okay to be selfish in a healthy way, not in a toxic way.
Nah,
Yeah,
totally.
totally.
Be selfish in a
It's
way.
hard to differentiate those though. It takes time.
Yeah,
It takes time
be
to
selfish
differentiate those.
in a healthy way.
Yeah, be selfish with your spiritual practice.
And
I
the
gotta
best
get
way
up
to
every
do
morning
that
and meditate.
is get Mina Miracles journal.
Yeah.
So you can write down your thoughts,
And your
feel me?
dreams
And you can really differentiate how to be egotistical in a positive way.
in a positive way.
Now, is one of those the shadow work journal?
No, I haven't published
Okay,
that
you
yet.
haven't
I only
published that
have
one
that digitally.
Okay.
And
Now,
I'm
where can
so-
people go get these books?
These are on Amazon. You could just look up Majestic Miracles or
Mm-hmm.
Miracles Foundation. I'm sorry, Miracles Foundation on Amazon, or you could look up my name, Amina Floyd, and it'll pop up
Okay.
Sure,
on
sure.
Amazon.
Okay.
Go
What
get
about
your
your products
journals.
like your bath scrubs?
Okay, so
and
I
your-
have some bath salts. The ones that I brought you, I brought that for you guys to have, and some hair products for
Oh,
you.
for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, this
Thank
is all for you guys. The journals.
thank you.
Well, I only brought one set of journals, but
That's fine,
I
that's
gave
fine.
y'all
We'll
two
figure it out.
sets.
We'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
y'all see whichever one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have some hair products.
I'm gonna keep them both. Get you your two
I
later.
already got my eyes on the blue one.
You know.
I'm thinking the blue one is right next to me.
Yeah, so I have the hair products. I've been doing hair for years. So that's what I'm known for, being a hairstylist. I'm a celebrity stylist, a regular stylist, whatever. I specialize in locks and hair growth. So I have hair growth products.
You know, your locks look good. I
Thank
believe it.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so I have the growth oil, the mint growth oil. All my products are vegan and natural. And then I have the rose water hydrating mist. I have affirmations on the bottle. I do believe in affirmation, affirming your life,
Definitely.
affirming everything and being intentional with everything that you do. So like, you'll see that on all my products. I have affirmations on all my products. So I have that. Then I have my herbs. I have different herbs for different things. I have immune boosting herb, which is
Oh, that's bomb.
yeah, which is the what is it called? The keep
Everybody needs some immune system boosting shit.
yeah, because I decided
that
to
immune
make that
system
during
strong.
COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody was sick and stuff like that. So I'm like, let me get
People
y'all.
was panicking during COVID, and you was like, "How can I help?"
Yeah, I really was.
That's what I love.
I felt like y'all.
I love that shit.
I always wanted to be a doctor. When I was little, I used to tell people, "I'm going to be a doctor when I grow up. I'm going to be a doctor." But you know, I hated school, so doctoring takes a lot of schooling.
Like
and
about 12 years.
Yeah.
yeah, and
I
I'm
do.
like, just so happily, I
I'm
came.
dedicated.
Yeah, I came into the herbs because my son was sick. My son was the first person. My children and myself were the first people that I helped heal. So
That makes sense.
my son was sick. He got his school vaccines, like the regular vaccines that the kids get.
Like the flu
Yeah.
shot.
And
Yeah,
all that
feel like
stuff.
the little chicken pox shot and all that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
and you know, his dad told me don't take my son to go get that shit. He told me. I didn't listen. And I went, and my baby was sick for 6 months in and out the hospital, and I didn't hear the end of it. Like I got cussed out every time he had a flare up. I got cussed out every time, and I'm like, dang, I should listen to my baby daddy say. Listen to y'all baby daddies when they tell y'all something, okay? But anyway, no, for real, because he was right.
We're not always just dumb.
Yeah,
I mean, hey, when you got your baby daddy, or even if you ain't got children with that man, when you say you want a man, you with him. You saying, "I want you to be my provider, my protector, and my captain." You're
Yeah.
leading me. So like you got to trust his leadership every now and then, especially on
Exactly.
surgeries like that, like inoculations. Nah,
Yes.
definitely.
So my son was sick for 6 months. He was in and out of hospital for 6 months. The doctors couldn't tell me what was wrong. They told me, "Oh, it's not the vaccines," but I know it was the vaccines because that's the only thing.
See, that's
him
the
and
shit
my
I be
daughter-
talking about. Why how's doctors even getting it? I don't want to hear nothing I don't know about. If you in the hospital, nigga, and I ask you a medical question, I don't want to hear I don't know.
They
Nigga, how'd you get here?
They were trying to make me
What?
seem like I was crazy, y'all.
No, yeah.
It's called a practice.
Yeah.
I know.
Totally.
And I
The
was
you
just
can't
like-
master this shit yet.
You
You
can
don't
only
master
practice.
medical stuff.
You can only
Guys,
practice.
I was working 6 days a week at this time, 10-hour shifts, and I had 2 kids. So this is what pushed me into the entrepreneurship. I've been fully entrepreneur for 6 years now. My son about to be 7, so 6 years now. And during that time, it's like I couldn't get off of work to take him to the hospital
Correct.
every time. I need to figure something out. A friend of mine, shout out to Portia Jackson. Portia Jackson randomly hits me up on Facebook. She said, "Hey, Mina, I think you should read this book. I think you would really like it." And it was Queen Afua, Sacred Woman. So I took her advice and I'm like, well, this is random that she's this is a girl that I don't talk to on a daily, y'all. She just randomly hit me up. So I felt like while I'm going through this, maybe it's a reason why she hit me up to tell me to read
The
this.
message caught your attention.
Right. So I decided to read it. And you know, Queen Afua is always talking about we can heal ourselves and stuff like that, which I
Correct.
kind of already knew. I've always studied Dr. Sabi and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, let me dive. I read the book, read it a couple times because I didn't even understand it the first time. I'm like, what the heck is all of this? You know, didn't even understand it, couldn't process it, right? So I just started getting more books on different herbs and plants. That's when I realized, you know what? Our diet is our medicine.
Yeah,
our
totally.
food is our
Food
medicine.
is your
Nah,
medicine.
totally.
So what I did was I cut all the dairy out of my kids' diet, except for cheese. But for the most part, my son is a baby, so now he's drinking milk more often. They telling us that we're, you know, our baby, we get wick and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
totally,
saying?
I
So
get it.
all the milk, like I'm getting all these gallons of milk every month and all of this stuff. Cut that out. I start putting my Hema healing. I start putting that in the oatmeal and the smoothies. I make my kids smoothies, put it in their cups and their oatmeals and stuff. And I start seeing results. I start seeing all the mucus coming out. My son he's always been the one that's always
That's
sick.
what Dr. Sabi said. It's all
Yeah.
about this mucus.
Nah, it is. That's
I
where
start-
every disease comes from is mucus.
Exactly. So I start seeing all the mucus come up. I used to be at the hospital all the time because he had chronic asthma. My son was always at the doctor's because of his asthma. He's always having a heart attack. He was very busy. He's a very active little boy. So he's always having asthma attacks, which is crazy to me at that time. So I just start putting this stuff and I'm like, slowly but surely, I don't hear no wheezing.
I feel you.
I don't see you getting sick every week now.
Dr. Mom, it's nothing like it.
Right. I don't see the flare ups became less and less. Like literally by the 6 months, it was gone.
I
wasn't having he wasn't having these flare ups, and these flare ups was an environmental thing. So every time he'll go to his dad, which he used to go every other week, he'll go to Corona, whatever is going, them chemicals in Corona
It was messing
was
with it.
activating those vaccines. So every time he'll go out there, he'll have a flare up.
You have some type of allergic reaction.
Reaction. His face will puff up. I'm talking about to where he could barely open his eyes. He has hives all over his body.
But no more.
Fevers. His fevers used to be up to 104.
Oh, that's high. That can
Damn,
fry
that's
your
high.
brain. That can fry your brain right there.
Exactly. That's what I start studying. I'm like, what the hell is going on with my baby? But as he start going, as I start giving him those herbs, I changed his diet. He didn't have any of that anymore.
Well, I want everyone to know you all need to be in contact with Miss Mina Miracle.
Nah,
Hit me
definitely.
up.
For real.
Consult,
Yeah,
DM me. We could do a consultation.
We're going to post your information anyway.
Yes,
So,
please DM me. Do a consultation.
Don't be afraid to reach out.
I have herbs for asthma, for immune system, for high blood pressure, for the reproductive system, infertility. That's like one of my popular products is the Harmony products for the women's reproductive system.
Any yoni steamings?
Yes, yoni steam.
All right.
You
all
gotta get,
right.
ladies, we gotta get on that
Yeah,
womb
ladies,
work.
You got to get on that womb work.
A lot of women, y'all have these goals, these body goals, but y'all first need to connect spiritually with your body. You, like you
Yep.
said,
Yeah.
you have to put that in your cells and your conscious. If you want to lose
Be
weight,
in alignment with yourself.
you got to connect with your womb. Let that trauma go that you hold on in your womb. That's why you still got that fupa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any men you've dealt with, you want to
Yeah.
get that rinsed out.
That's that womb
Yeah,
work. You got to
totally.
cut those soul ties. You got
cut
to
those ties. 'Cause-
literally.
'cause
That's what that yoni steam do. You know, you write down You sitting on the yoni steam, and that steam is coming in your uterus and your vagina, and it's coming through that portal. You write down every man that you ever had sex with, and you release that, and you release it with love, not with hating your heart, not with jealousy, not with
Yeah.
envy.
Because they came in your life for a reason. This
Nah,
is a
totally.
divine move down here
Yeah.
on planet Earth.
They
Yes,
taught
ladies.
you to be spiteful to people that leave your life and all that shit. Nah, they came in
Release
for a
them
reason.
with love.
Yeah.
Release
With
them
love.
Yeah,
Release
totally.
that. Write their names down. I don't care if it's 1,000 niggas that y'all done hit.
It don't
Write it
matter.
down.
For real, don't matter.
Remember.
Don't even get
Yeah.
into the numbers.
Yeah,
Get into the cleansing.
Yeah,
get
get into the cleansing. Remember, it could be John Doe. You know that. Connect with that time that you exchange that energy with him. Write his name down, John Doe. If you don't remember his
The
name,
guy at the club.
Yeah.
write the name down.
It don't
Release
matter.
him.
The back of the cab guy.
Every yoni steam. Use those yoni steams to relate, to cleanse your womb, to reconnect with your womb, to release and to manifest. Okay.
That's real.
No, totally.
So
Hit
yeah.
on point. Like,
Yeah, because it
you
might
want to
be,
have a clear portal,
totally.
especially if you plan on bringing people here.
Hello,
No,
this is
totally.
this is the connection between the physical and the spiritual.
Yes,
This is
indeed.
our portal right here.
None of us get here without
Love
them.
and respect it.
This is another brain. This is our womb is another brain. We have to connect with that. Ask your womb for permission before you do anything. Connect with it. Meditate with it real
Nah,
quick.
that's real.
Ooh, preach.
Yeah,
Amen on that one.
Connect
Real
with
talk.
it before you do anything, whether it's career based, spiritual based, kids based. It don't matter. Family, connect real quick. Okay, should I do this? What comes up for you? All right, and move it along, and you know you'll be directed in the right path.
No, totally.
Man, if that wasn't a gym, I don't know what was. That was
Nah, for real.
that was diamond and gold all wrapped in one.
Nah,
Yeah.
for real. For real.
A lot of these women, a lot of our women, our sisters, they want to lose weight. They want their body. Everybody is so focused on their appearance.
The shell.
Yeah.
Y'all are so focused on the appearance. Y'all have
Focus
to do
on
the
your
work
mind first
on
and
the
your-
inside
yeah.
first. That's what, do the work on the inside, and then your outside will reflect that.
Yes, indeed.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
It will reflect.
That's
that.
alignment.
Yeah, like
It's alignment.
you can't sit here
And then the food cravings and stuff won't be there.
Hello.
And then you'll
And the
you'll lose
loopy
weight
action
steadily.
The loopy actions
You'll
won't be
lose
there.
weight steadily.
You'll lose weight steadily.
I had to learn doing the womb work. I had to let go a lot of trauma that I was holding on. I was so big, y'all. After my son, I dealt with so much trauma having him, and I didn't even know. Like, I wasn't aware at that time that I held on to a lot of trauma from giving birth to him. I dealt with a lot in the hospital when I was having him. My mom almost had a heart attack. She almost pushed the doctor out the way to get the baby out. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But all that trauma, I held on to it. That's why I couldn't lose that baby fat. I was still 2 years later. I'm still big as hell. Like I just had him yesterday. But that's because I was holding on to so
Nah, for
much
real.
trauma.
So the subconscious thinks you want it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's where all
You
that
like
was.
this, yeah.
You
So
like it.
once I released it, guess what? The weight started shedding.
No, totally.
I wasn't working out.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I mean, of course, I was eating. I was a vegetarian, but I wasn't working out or anything. I didn't.
No,
I
your
didn't
mind
know.
was shifting.
No, you
so
was
your
shifting.
body start following your mind.
Exactly.
Following the new emotions that you
Yeah.
have. The new path of emotions say, oh, no, I need a slimmer fit naturally.
Mm-hmm.
No, I experienced the same thing. I was 263. I'm down to like 220 now.
Okay.
And
well,
I
well,
never
me
could.
too.
I could never break the gap on like 230.
Okay.
And then I would go back up again, like maybe 250, 245. And I was like, what's going on, man? I eat very healthy and I'm intermittent fast. Sometimes I fast 3-4 days. And I said, so what's going on? And it was stuff in the subconscious.
Yeah.
I
Nah,
released
talk
certain
mental blocks,
yeah, I had
emotional
mental
blocks.
emotional blocks, and I released them. And next thing I know, I just started every week losing like 2 pounds
Yeah.
and wasn't doing
There we
shit.
go. Y'all
Hey,
hear that?
how much does a thought weigh?
Yeah,
You know?
Hey,
on now.
count
You
the
know-
calories in your thoughts.
Yeah, you know.
That's a bar.
It's like, imagine like how much
Y'all
it's
hear
holding
that?
people back. Like,
They dropping bars.
But that's I can't take them. That's George Clinton.
yeah.
But
How much is the thought weigh? That's me.
Still a bar.
you know, no, it's still a bar. But, you know, I ain't
I
gonna
wrote
take
that.
credit for it.
Y'all hear that
You
soon.
know what I'm saying? So nah.
But this is fact.
These things are facts, and this is what this is we get a chance to move into all of this now.
Yeah.
All this is a whole nother field of consciousness, breaking through the old T boundaries, the old thought boundaries that exist here, and for positivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
You gotta unlearn everything that you was now. Unlearn everything and be welcoming to new
Yes,
things.
definitely.
Welcome in that new train of thought, the new positivity.
Yeah. With that being said, you got any last shout outs you want to do?
Well, I want want to shout y'all out. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank
Shout
you.
out to my mama
Appreciate
for
you.
plugging me in. You the
You
best,
know.
Patty. Ann.
Love you, Patty. For
Love you,
real.
Patty.
She was everything and more, Patty.
Yes, indeed.
She was
My mama
everything and
hooked
more,
me up.
Patty.
Shout
For
out
real.
to my mama
For real.
for getting us aligned together. And
Nah,
I,
Yeah,
totally,
that was very
totally.
spiritual.
Now we've been waiting for this show. We met a
Yes.
fellow shroomer and divine spiritual
Fellow
person,
shaman.
an inventor, a writer. I mean,
Thank
man, you are fabulous.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. This is
You're a miracle.
thank
Yeah.
you. I am. Thank
Mina Miracle. For
Yeah,
real.
that's me. Yeah, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at majestic_miracles. On Instagram, I have a podcast myself called Journey with Me, where we do journal prompts. I would love to have y'all on there for season
We'd
two.
love to be on
I
there.
love to
For
be on
season
there.
2, I used to do it on Instagram Live, but then I started doing recordings to where I have it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and stuff
Oh,
like
for sure.
that.
I'm gonna go watch your
Journey.
episode that you already got out right now. Then.
Yeah, Journey with
Definitely.
Me. Journey with Me, Mina Miracles in quotation. That's how you'll find it. You'll see a picture of me.
And we gonna sign
Bing.
up. Totally. Take us out, baby.
I just have a lot of gratitude for being here today. Thank you guys.
Oh,
No,
This was
absolutely.
fun.
I appreciate
Great
you coming through
conversation.
today.
High vibration talk.
Oh,
Oh
definitely.
yeah, nah,
Definitely.
it was amazing.
No,
And
We
I hope
touched on
y'all
so
took
much
notes.
today.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you bought all your products. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And so don't none of y'all sleep on any of this that she got going on. Tap in. She gave y'all all the resources to tap in. Don't hesitate to wait. Get in the right mind state.
I'm welcoming you guys in.
Definitely.
With that said, peace and love, y'all. We love you, ladies and gentlemen. And as always,
This is Mike L, and you saw it first on Featured.
What I think I create ain't nothing stopping me. What I imagine I become, so ain't no topping me. Life is a game of chess and I just make the move. Invest and manifest and progression is what I choose. I am my own boss, so I don't have any rules. I'm taking risks every day like I don't have shit to lose. My kids and my money, that's my motivation. I'm keeping faith, taking risks with no hesitation. I'm all money in, yeah, that's my reputation. It's only one way up from here, and that's elevation. Breaking generational curses, holistic approaches, daily affirmation, still healing. I ain't perfect, therapy, fine.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention and your subscriptions. If you have a business or a service you would like to promote, or if you don't have one, and you just want to come on the show and talk and be a guest on Featured, please DM us at featured_guests on Instagram. We look forward to hearing from you and seeing you. Peace and love.